How you doing, YouTube? Matt Massa Beer Reviews. Back with a little age beer up in this piece. Form of Brooklyn. It is their silver anniversary lager. Yes, this is a 1988 to 2013. So we're talking about a 2013 bottle. It is 2021. Math makes that 8 years old. On the back here it says Breathing Head, Fred Tomaselli, 2002. I first met Fred Tomaselli in the early 2000s at Casai's, the Bedford Avenue diner that was the main meeting place for artists living and working in Williamsburg. This has got to be... Oh, no, this is Steve Hindy, not Garrett. The brewery was in its second year, and Fred's painting career was just starting. Today's Fred painting is known all over the world, and so are our beers. The silver anniversary label is based on Fred's 2002 painting, Breathing Head. In 1988, we introduced Brooklyn Lager, an American original inspired by the beers of 19th century New York and Vienna. Today, we salute our beginnings with this silver anniversary lager brewed to a Doppelbock intensity and re-fermented in a bottle. For more information, visit brooklynbrewery.com. Steve Hindy, President, Brooklyn Brewery. Yeah. So you're talking about Doppelbock strength. What does that mean? So they took their lager, I'm assuming, and just beefed it up. I don't think they're making a Doppelbock. They're doing a lager at Doppelbock strength. This is... I wonder if this might gush. So be prepared. Ooh. God. No, it's not. I can't believe this beer's not gushing. That thing wanted to... if I just flicked this bottle a couple times, I think that beer would have just came out of here. Oh, man, this is going to... Ooh, I think we're in for a treat here because it retained a hefty amount of carbonation. But it's not a gusher, man. This could be... We could be onto something special here. This is exactly what you want a beer that's 8 years old to pour like. You want it to look like that. Label's actually really cool. I've always dug breweries' labels and embossed bottles and that whole kind of thing. Yeah. Listen. Doppelbock is by far, in a way, one of my favorite styles. So this is a no-brainer for me to pick up at the very expensive price of $10.99. Which is crazy because all these Brooklyn 750s are typically minimum like $20 a piece. So either this was sold on the cheap or the place just has no idea what they have. They had like 8 more of these, so... I might be buying 8 more of these. Yeah, pinky finger, infinite creamy top. What you want to see from a Doppelbock. That nice kind of khaki, leaning into malt ball color. And it's got this rich reddish brownish hue to it. A little bit lighter than what you'd expect, especially considering that, wow, look at that head just pop back like an instant. You know, my perfect world Doppelbock is going to be darker than this, and you have to, you know, take into account it's been sitting around for 8 years, so it's going to suffer some kind of probably positive oxidation. I'm going to make this beer a bit darker, so I assume it was quite a bit lighter when it was originally done, but it looks pretty damn tasty, to be perfectly honest with you. Did I ever get an ABV off this stuff for you guys? They have to be on here. They don't forget ABVs, do they? They forgot the ABV. They did 9%. They didn't. So it's a 9% Doppelbock. Okay, let's get nose. I'm excited. Wanted a little bit more, to be honest. I mean, it has kind of like a spicy kind of Doppelbock, like almost like a if you mash together, like if you made a Doppelbock with like English hops. That's what this smells like. It smells like a fuggly, golden, kind of little spicy, tannic tea-like kind of hoppiness. Nothing overly aggressive. There's a nice soft caramel behind it. The nose isn't 2x4 to the face. It's not even like 9%. Now, you would be like, okay, you know, 8 years, it probably lost a little bit of zip on its fastball. It's probably just a little bit later. That's true. When you start to think about these kind of, 9% Doppelbock, 8 years... You expect to kind of morph a little bit more into that caramelly, sugar daddy, raisinetty kind of territory, especially being a Doppelbock. Now, they said Doppelbock level, of intensity, so I'm assuming this was a bit lighter maltiness. Probably why it hasn't reached that kind of sweeter level yet. But it smells nice. I'm not knocking by any stretch. I'm just thinking 9% Doppelbock. They didn't call it that. They called it a lager at Doppelbock strength. So we're just going to dive in. Cheers. I can't believe the mouthfeel in this thing. This is exactly what how I like Doppelbocks. The mouthfeel be like, almost like slightly overcarbed. That's where I like my Doppelbocks to live. That's where I think some of the better Doppelbocks come on. Everything about it is not negative by any stretch. Soft oxidation, definitely getting a little bit of caramel vibes here. A little bit watered down, a little bit washed out. Big spicy component on this. I mean, there's a very decent, hefty dollop of spicy hops going on here. You're definitely dealing with... If this doesn't have, like, English hops in it, I don't know why it would be like this. Yeah, I don't know if... Even if they just took their Brooklyn lager and just kind of said, let's double it up and go from there, I doubt they would do that, you know? But it definitely has more of a kind of spicy... Like I said, that spiciness. It's all the fuggles, all the spiciness. But even those, after 8 years, can definitely die off as far as spiciness. That's why I'm really curious to see what people say about this beer at its original state. Like, if anybody out there is watching, let me know if you've had it, especially if you had it newer. What kind of hop level did this have? Because I could see it being something quite aggressive. Because it's still there 8 years later. But I think it complements the beer a little bit better because it's not so heavy on the malt side of things. Yeah, it's tasty. It's tasty. It's not otherworldly. It's not one of the best aged beers I've had as of late, but I think it's damn tasty. A lot lighter than at 9%. The mouth feels absolutely bonkers fantastic. It's like a spiced Doppelbock, kind of. You know, it's a spiced Doppelbock in a very fun way. It drinks more like 6 than 9, but I'm not angry at it because the way it's drinking and the mouthfeel just makes me kind of happy. I like this. I think it's fun. Listen, I'm not going to sit here and tell you on like Brooklyn, hashtag Team Brooklyn when it comes to beer, you know. I've dug the stuff Garrett has done. I've dug the stuff that they've done over the years, and I tip my cap to their fuck-duggeriness. I think they're definitely one of my favorite, like, weird breweries that do a lot of unique kind of takes on beer. But there's been misses with Brooklyn. But there's also been, like, classics. You know, their chocolate stout is just absolutely Brooklyn chocolate stout. Fantastic. Some of their other big bottle beers are just amazing. I think this is one of my more favorite aged bottles of theirs. You know, Black Ops, things like that are obviously, you know, kind of go-tos. But as far as uniqueness goes, something about this beer tickles my cockles of my heart. And it's fun. It's fun beer. $11. It's $11 worth of fun for facts. Hashtag facts. So let's talk about this beer. Is it one of the better aged beers I've had as of late? Well, yeah, it's not Mount Rushmore, not even close, but it's fun. And for $11, I'll ride that ride. Bagged availability, I can go buy a bunch more of these for $11. So if you want some, let me know. I'll tell you where they're at. And leave you with, if you like what we like this. If you like Doppelbocks that are, like, creamy and, like, slightly overcarbonated, you want a little bit of spice to it, and you want something that is drinking a little bit lower than its ABV, you'll like this. Listen, if you like aged beer, I think you'd appreciate this. Are you going to love it? No, but I think if you drink it, you're going to be like, okay, this is a fun experience. It's kind of what old age beer is all about. So you're talking about, you know, is this going to get better with time? I don't think so. I would like to see this in 15, 20 years to see if something happens to this beer. I doubt it will. At 8 years, you'd probably get a roadmap on where it's going. But the only thing about this is maybe why I go back and buy a couple bottles. I want to see it in 10 years because I want to know what happens with that spicy tannic tea-like thing. And I want to see if it sticks around for the long haul for science. But if you like old beer, you'll like this. So there you go. Review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Down there if you want to talk about it. Massive Beers if you want to check me out doing the social media stuff. Beer Massif. If you want to check me out doing the podcast stuff, let me know if you've had this. I didn't say that, did I? Yeah. Anyway, let me know if you had it. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed our review. Hopefully you're enjoying a little bit of aged beer right now. Hopefully see you next time. Cheers.